Jennifer from Scrapping Under the Influence. I am here really quickly with a very, very fast project. We are going to make 3 different gift card holders out of 1 sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock. I've used just scraps from the Say Cheese Christmas collection to mat and decorate these, some leftover ephemera pieces, that kind of thing. You will be amazed at how fast these come together. We're going to go through just the basic construction. Matting, you can decorate and mat these however you want to. If you've got like 6x6 paper pads, they're perfect for this. But our first card opens to the side here. Gift card slips in like so. Our second card, I love this one. So it opens up like this, and the gift card actually pops up. So when you open it up, it actually stands up. So what I've got in there is just some ephemera on the front of that little pop-up piece. And then our third card, this slides out. The gift card is actually going to just sit here. This is just an ancient one that I've been using as like a template for gift card things for years now. So it just slides in and out like that, and you mat the front and back. So let's get started. You're going to be amazed at how fast these come together. So we're going to start with a 12 by 12 sheet of artisan cardstock. We're going to cut our first piece to 4 1/4. We're going to cut our next piece to 4 inches. And that's going to leave us with a piece that is, or should be, 3 3/4. Did I just measure that wrong? Am I missing my ruler? I'm not sure. No, that's 4. That one is 4 1/4, so no, I'm okay. I've just got a piece of artisan that's just slightly larger, and that's okay. So we're going to cut just that little extra strip off of there. All right. So let's start with our first card, which is going to be this one right here. Okay. So you've got your piece that's 4 1/4 inches wide. We're going to cut this to 11 inches long. Slide that out of the way. We're going to score this at 2 1/2, and then again at 5 1/2. We're then going to take a circle punch, and this one is a 1 1/4 inch circle punch. You're just going to kind of center it on here. This is our section where we've scored it at 2 1/2 inch. So we've got 2 1/2 inches here. I'm just going to center it up here. Punch that piece out. And then we're going to go ahead and fold and fold. Burnish those down. And then all we're going to do is just run a very small line of glue down the side here. That's actually way too much glue, so let's wipe some of that off there. There we go. Came out a little bit faster than I was expecting it to. All right, I'm going to fold that over, burnish it down. Burnish it down on that other side. And that's all there is to it. Now you're ready to mat this. All 4 of these cards fit in completely normal sized envelopes. These are, what size are these? I think they're A4. I don't know. They're 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So all of these fit just perfectly in a normal size envelope. So that's our first card. That little gift card just slides down in there, and you're done. Okay, now let's do our pop-up card. So for this one, we need the 4-inch by 12-inch piece. And put that in our on our scoreboard. We're going to score it 5 inches, 5.5, 6, 6.5, and 7. Now, this one's not trickier, but you do need a couple of clips, paper clips if you've got them. I'm using binder clips. If you've got, what are they, clothespins, that'd work even better. What we're going to do is we're going to fold on our first score line, and what you want to make sure, because of the way this one folds up, is that you're even. You're not hanging off to one side or the other before you burnish that down. You should be okay, but just in case. And then we're going to do it on this one as well. Same thing again. We're going to make sure everything's lined up right before we burnish that down. And then we're going to fold it in the middle. And again, making sure everything's lined up right before we burnish that down. And then finally, oops, other way, we're going to fold on those last 2 score lines. Again, making sure, see how this is kind of just ever so slightly off to the side. We want to line that up before we come in here and burnish this down. Help if I turned it the other way, wouldn't it? Okay. Alright, so what you're going to have is a little W. You're going to lay that with your 2 valley sides facing up. We're going to put glue down in on both sides here. And then we're going to clip it. I'm not sure where my other big binder clip went, so we're just going to do it with the 2 small ones. It'll be fine. Wipe that extra glue off there. Not that if you're using art glitter it's going to matter, because it dries completely clear and it will not be noticeable. Okay, give that just a second. And it just helps to get that pressure in there to make sure that they're going to seal together the way you want it to. And then you're going to open it up. We're just doing a little tiny bit in here. And we're going to do the same thing again. I'm going to close it up. We're going to clip right there on that edge. Oops. And again, this is just to give it that little bit of extra pressure to make sure everything closes up nice and tight. You only need to leave it for a minute because the art glitter glue does dry fairly quickly. And there you have it. It's literally that simple. Make sure your gift card fits. Should be just fine. You can put some ephemera on this front and back if you wanted to. Really mat it. And there you have it. It's that simple. Okay? See, I told you this was going to be easy. We're only, what, 9 minutes in? And half of that, I'm just talking to you. Okay, so for our last card, before we score it, we're actually going to take this. This is our 3 3/4 by 12-inch piece. We're going to cut this down to 7.5. And set that piece to the side. You're going to take your scrap. You're going to cut it to 4 1/4. So you're really just cutting off like 1/4 of an inch off the back end here. Turn it and cut it to 3 1/8. Okay. This piece is our insert for the envelope. Okay. Now we're going to bring the scoreboard back. We're going to score this at 3 3/4 of an inch. Turn it over, fold and burnish. And then all we're going to do is just run a very tiny bead of glue again, just right down the edge here. And burnish it down. Okay. And there's our envelope. So I make sure that our insert fits. If it's a little bit tight, you can always trim a little tiny bit more off the sides. It's not going to matter. You're going to have about 1/2 inch that sticks up. That's exactly what you want. What you're going to do next is take your gift card. You're going to line it up about 1/4 inch from the bottom here. And then I just eyeball it and I kind of go, okay, I want my slit right there for that corner. I want it about right there for that corner. And then I actually just end up using the gift card to draw myself a little line where I need that slit to be. Okay. And then I will take my craft knife and my ruler that's apparently disappeared. There it is. And all I'm going to do is put my ruler on my line there. I'm just going to cut a small slit, turn it and do the same thing on the other side. Okay. And then what I did on my example is I went ahead and matted the side where I drew my lines. Okay. And all I did is turn it back over, and then going from the back side of these lines of the slits that we cut, just putting my knife in there and pushing it down through to cut through the pattern paper on the other side. Okay. But then your gift card will sit right in here, perfectly like that, and then slide right on down into your envelope, just like that. Very simple, very easy. And this only took us, if you were just working and not talking, 10 minutes. You can mat them with scraps of paper. That's what I did with all of these. I just used, you know, this was a leftover cut apart. This was leftover ephemera. And you've got three really quick, really simple gift card holders that you can use for Christmas, birthdays, whatever you want to. I'm going to start working this week. I've been having some camera issues that I think I might have finally fixed. Cross your fingers, knock on wood. I will be starting to work with the little lumberjack paper that I received in my design team package. I have a couple of projects planned for this. I'm also going to be doing a project for the New Year's Eve crop that we are doing through Country Craft Creations. I'm going to work on that one as well. And if I don't get the first project with this done before Christmas, have a Merry Christmas, and I'll hope to see you soon. Thanks.